Well, hello and howdy ho everyone, Foxy Games here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV full story playthrough. We are here at the edge of Amh Araeng. Well, a certain part of it anyway, the part that we have yet to explore, as we continue our search for the Light Wardens. At Minfilia's behest, we move into Amh Araeng to see if we can awaken the original Minfilia. Thancred is, of course, none too pleased about this, but we'll see how things turn out. Would that we all had thy surety of purpose. We'll need to move quickly. The longer the others need to keep the Ilmorans busy, the more likely they are to be caught. There you are. The gate leading to Amh Araeng is just up ahead. In all the time I've been here, I've never ventured into the Hills of Amber. Not that I'm particularly intimidated by new lands at this point, but we have more than enough reasons to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Minfilia for me, would you? Yes, Thancred is not happy, but for all the right reasons. As much as he loves his Minfilia, he loves this one too. I'm ready. Let's go. Amh Araeng lies just beyond this gate. We need only speak to the sentry. Who shall walk among us upon our return, I wonder? That's a good question. Off so soon, Mistress Games. You've barely had the time to recover from the battle. Well, if you're certain, I'm hardly in a position to question you.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garrick lie the Hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
Back in Amh Araeng. And as you know, we did not collect all of the ether currents from here. We only collected about half of them. Because this part of the map was not accessible to us until now. Sound though Mistress Alisae's logic was, I fear the road less travels hath other perils in store for us. Yeah, like that thing. A village so near. How convenient. This place has been scarred by the flood too. Who can say what lies ahead? But whatever else this road may be, it is mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of the time I spend upon it for granted. That's the spirit. Let's see if this is anything good. Why, yes it is. How does it look, though? It's a thing that goes around my jaw and my head. I'm gonna pass on showing that, but hey, it's slightly better than what I had. Our only path forward lies ahead. I'm sure of it. So, onward, I suppose. I take it you're seeing what I'm seeing. Finding a village when we're hardly 10 paces into the hills is a surprising stroke of luck, especially given our recent fortunes, but you won't hear any complaints from me. Let's see if the folk who live here can tell us what to expect from the road ahead. Sounds like a plan. Alright, I'm so used to just being able to take off. Well, since burb runs are not really sensible, we're just gonna take the chocobo, which does a different kind of burb run. Seek out a talkative local. Oh, right here, is it? A lot of Mord here. You sell? No. No, you're no merchant. But then why do I know your face? Oh, I remember. You spent Vobert gold. Such a coin purse cracking. You are already a legend among Mord traders. You're a traveling merchant, then. Can you tell us anything of this village? Of course, anything for valued customers. This place is Garrick. Before the flood, it was home to many miners. After, not so many. Now, none. So Master Gengen borrowed the village, made it into a trading post. Very convenient location. In which case, you all must be familiar with the local roads, correct? We're on our way to Amh Araeng ourselves. If we continue south from here, will we have any difficulties reaching it? Oh yes, great difficulty. The flood rent the stone and crushed the mines surrounding Amh Araeng. Only steep cliffs and collapsed tunnels remain. Oh no. But surely there must be some way. Do you think any of the other Mord might have some sort of hidden route? Perhaps. You ask, they tell. Tell for free, even, to friends of our best customer. Wonderful. Thank you for your help. Well then, best customer, let's see what information your reputation buys us. Well, hey, a simple thing like a coin purse cracking got us this. If we're not lucky enough to encounter anyone who knows our routes in Amh Araeng here, perhaps they can at least point us in the direction of others who might. Can I interest you in some rock wrigglers? Plump, juicy, and wriggly. No? Is there something else I can help you with? What do you do here? I am what we call a middle Mord between Twine and the crystalline mean. The crystarium is too far away for most of the miners, so I buy their gemstones and ore and sell them for a higher price. I only sell by the crate, so if you are looking for individual items, try the other merchants. They have many goods for travelers like you. And what kind of place is this? Garrick was once a mining town, until all the miners moved out, that is. They were kind enough to leave their houses for us Mord to use, and like we always say, waste not, want not. As you can see, there is not much here, but a lot of people traveling to and from the crystarium pass through, mainly to rest or use our well. It is the closest thing this place has to an oasis. Indeed. This place is quite desolate. Let's talk to some of these other people here, see if they know anything. For Amh Araeng, airship is best. Nothing is faster than an airship. The Yulmorans have one, I hear. You can ask them to take you. Oh, no. Though it seems somewhat superfluous to do so, you dutifully make note of Gungun's words. How about someone who isn't so stupid? I've got it. I'll lead by asking how business is, then mention you, and then ask about the route. That should work, right? I mean, it's... It might. It might. Urianger, how are you faring? Perhaps we ought to inquire upon the matter of Yulmoran forces in the region as well. Good idea. You are welcome to use our well. If you are planning to cross the desert, you should take as much as you can carry. If you wish to go to Amh Araeng? There was a way once, a gondola down from the cliffs, but it was built for those who hadn't left something behind that they wished to retrieve. Now there is nothing left and no one to use it. You may search for it if you like, but I doubt that its rusted wires would bear your weight. You hastily take down a memo regarding the gondola and a spare scrap of parchment. Well, that's a bit more useful. Maybe as a last resort. Oh, that is a surprise. Not many bound for Amh Araeng these days. I do know of a trolley that once went there. It used to travel between all the settlements and mines of the Hills of Amber. It is locked behind a gate, however. I assume that will have kept it from being stolen or damaged, but it also prevents it from being of much use. You take down information regarding the trolley on a wrinkled piece of parchment before stuffing it unceremoniously back in your bag. Well, I suppose that's all we're going to get out of these people. Maybe the others got something. Ah, Foxy. I'm afraid I've learned little of use about how to reach Amh Araeng. The Ulmoran presence, though, that's another matter. Apparently, though their army is definitely in Amh Araeng, there have been no sightings of Ulmorans at all in the Hills of Amber. Perhaps we can take that as a sign that Alice's plan has borne fruit. Did you have any better luck finding us a route forward? Let's see. A bit of paper with gondola from cliffs, potential death trap scrawled upon it. A bit of paper with Hills of Amber trolley behind a gate scrawled upon it. And a bit of paper with airships Ulmoran presence confirmed scrawled upon it. So these are our options. Well, what do you think? We can try the gondola. Might die, but eh. Can we get an airship anywhere? Not from Vothri, obviously. Or, gate aside, the trolley seems most feasible. Well, we're probably not getting an airship anywhere, and the gondola is most certainly a death trap, so the trolley seems to be our only option. It does seem to be the least risky of our options, and I can't imagine one gate is enough to thwart you. I'd like to know a bit more before we dash off in search of it, though. Perhaps Zunzun can offer some insight. Good idea. Let's go and talk to him. Oh, valued customers. Were the other Mord of any help? Somewhat. Of a fashion. They told us of a trolley that runs to Amh Araeng, at least. But am I correct in thinking that there was a reason you did not do so yourself when first we asked? Yes. The gate, you see, it is impassable. Before, there was a hulking thing of stone, the Talos. It opened the gate, they say. But none operate such a thing now. I do not even know if it yet exists. I do not know, but you should travel east to Mount Biran Mines. That is where the trolley controls stand. I still see miners there from time to time, if anyone knows what happened to the Talos. It would be them. Thank you, you've been a great help. We're off to Mount Biran then. Let's hope that someone will be there to answer our questions. Well, at least this place pointed us in the right direction. Speaking of pointing, to the south we go for an ether current and for the continuation of our story. Mayhap the pall of light is the root of this land's desolation, or mayhap the fault lies with man in his insatiable greed. Who can say? What a sight. Oh, pardon me, it's a bit daunting, isn't it? Sure is. Look at this place. The scale of the track is impressive, I'll give them that. Now we only need to follow it until we come to the mines. Well, assuming we can get through here without every animal in sight trying to murder us, it should be a straight shot. Well, we've got big stone golems, strangely referred to as gnomes. Oh, and coyotes, apparently. Bit of a mess, isn't it? But the mechanisms for dispatching the trolley are here, just as Zunzun said. Unfortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. We might wait for Zunzun's mysterious miners to appear, or have a look around and see if we can deduce anything useful in their absence. I'm in favor of the latter. Something near the entrance to the mines proper called Urianger's Eye. Meet us there if you find anything. As much as I wish we could count on someone conveniently appearing to explain all of this to us, I'm sure you're aware that we don't have the time to waste. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Minfilia. This lever can't have been designed for a person to operate. No, it's awful big. I don't even think all of us combined could pull that thing, rusted as it is. I mean, I have... Let's be honest, I have blocked some pretty huge things in my time. Like, remember, what the hell was his name? Susano, that was his name. Remember his sword? Remember I blocked that with my shield? Come on, animals. Are you really so fucking eager to die? Come on, Chocobo. Seems like such overkill. The cup is slightly warm, and a fair amount of tea, steeped over long, if the color is any indication, remains within. Huh. Well, there's somebody here. Flecks have rust adorn the rails, but they nevertheless appear sturdy enough to bear the trolley without issue. Well, at the very least, if we can get this thing going again. Speaking of going places, I'm looking for that ether current, which is probably up there. I'm probably gonna have to kill this gnome. I don't know why this is a gnome. I hear the ether current. Must be up here. Yep, there it is. And the last thing we need... Right there, a trolley car. The benches within suggest that this must have been a passenger car. Oddly enough, though it is clearly old, it appears to be well maintained. People have been running this thing in the recent past, it seems. Fuck you, dog. Fuck you, dog. Well, Urianger, I'd love to talk, but I've got a couple of friends who want for my attention. Alright, now that you assholes are all dead. Ah, Foxy, what hast thou discerned? I see. Indeed, thine observations are consistent with mine own. But let us refrain from further discussion ere our comrades arrive. Ample evidence of recent maintenance and lukewarm tea besides. The levers for switching tracks looked like they were in good condition, though I couldn't move them myself. No ordinary person could, I think. Yeah, Hoary Boulder probably could. It is my belief that no person is meant to. This Talos beareth more than a passing resemblance to the golems of the source. Nor doth it appear to be the sole example of its kind. The proliferation of Talos fragments, as well as the enormity of the mechanisms here, suggests a considerable number were once in operation. Alas, this specimen and its fellows now lie lifeless and broken, and I know not how to repair them that they might facilitate our passage through the gate. And without the aid of the Talos, even if thou wert somehow able to unbar the trolley's path, we would still have no means of propelling it. We might not know how to repair the Talos, but someone must. Otherwise, why keep everything else in working order? Whoever is maintaining the cars and rails must know something that we don't. Let's ask them what it is, shall we? Thancred thinks we're being watched. Foxy, I do believe you'll find a person of some interest skulking in the shadows behind the warehouse on the northwestern side of the tracks. While you two have a friendly chat, the rest of us will gently encourage those to the south to come out of hiding. Defend yourselves as necessary, of course, but do try to keep everyone in one piece. Off we go, then. Jeez, you don't have to go with your weapons drawn. I mean, these could be the miners. Well, Thancred has hardened quite a bit since he got here. Fucking leave me alone. Oh my god, this place is really annoying. Hello, sir. Wicked White, where did you come from? No, never mind that. You have no business here of that, I'm sure. Oh, dude. What are you? Ugh. Well, we beat his ass. Thancred. Where did you guys go? Oh. I feel a bit bad for them. They elected to take up arms against us, though the outcome was plain from the first. That's smart. We won't let you... Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us? We're not the brigands come to take what isn't ours. Do we honestly look like we'd need to steal, what, some rusted bits of iron? Don't be absurd. We're not here to rob you. A likely story. You look, well... You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares, so you're clearly not merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you would come all the way out here is to strip the machinery for parts. Oh, Thaf, I have an idea. What if, once upon a time, a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her unto world's end. On their journey they met a sorcerer as ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they turned up here somehow. Wow, you pulled that right out of your ass, didn't you? I can only assume you're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that that's a serious conjecture, no. I suppose I am a bodyguard of a sort, but we have rather larger concerns than fairy tale romances. Though I would fain hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. Oh my god, Urianger. Gods grant me strength. If I may, we're actually searching for a means by which to travel to Amh Araeng. We were hoping that the trolley here might offer a solution. I realize that we haven't gotten off to the best of starts, but if you know anything about how we might get it working again... The trolley? The trolley? You should have led with that. We're always keen to discuss the trolley. We're both engineers in training, in fact. I'm Jarek and Thaf, at your service. Technically, I'm a miner and he does the repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. We're working with a few other folks to get it up and running again. And before you ask, yes, it's true that there's little in need of transport these days, but that's no reason to consign a miracle of mechanical innovation to dust. The mere sight of it traveling the track once again would make hearts sore, mark my words. You hear no arguments from us. What progress have you made thus far? Not as much as we'd like, truth be told. Well, is there anything we could do to assist you? We could gather materials or help put pieces together. It's a sight more complicated than that, I'm afraid. If you spoke with Magnus, you'd understand. He's the only one with full knowledge of the trolley's operation. I suppose you could speak with him if you like. We'll introduce you. Very well. Our options are limited, and if this Magnus can explain whatever is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right. Looks like you'll be following us back to Twine, then. Alright. Well, rather friendly. Once things are sorted out. A quest for lost love. Perhaps that could have been me had things been different. Yeah, maybe if this is a different Final Fantasy game. Dost thou seek the sorcerer's wisdom, young one? Urianger, no! Oh no. Come to think of it, Urianger always was fond of fairy tales. Oh my good god, that's incredible. To be honest, I'm impressed that you thought of the trolley to begin with. So few seem to these days. Too used to living without it, I suppose. If you're ready, we can leave right now. Though, you haven't seen another fellow around here, have you? I thought he'd come out by now. Oh yeah, I beat his ass. You think he'll be alright? That's, well, I suppose we did force your hand a bit. I'll have a look, just in case. You go on ahead, Thaf. Alright, looks like it'll just be you lot and me. Try not to let anything take a bite out of you on the way out of the rail yard. Now, I'm pretty sure I've killed enough coyotes to thin the population. We'll catch up with you in Twine. Sure. Also, I've decided, since I no longer need to gain experience in Paladin, I'm going to try my best to complete my quests as another class that's level 76, or whatever level these quests are. As I've told you, I am going to be trying to do all the role quests, and I have been leveling up a few other jobs. Oh my god. I'm not even going to bother starting to read because I'm going to have to kill this thing. There, now you're fried chicken. Damn, that's smart. Did he have to thump me so hard? I'll be feeling that for the next fortnight at least. Not to be done about it now, though. I pointed your overeager companions in the right direction, and they've gone on ahead, so we need to get moving. Normally we walk atop the tracks, but seeing the young lady has a much shorter stride, that's more perilous a route than I'm comfortable suggesting. Wouldn't want anyone falling through the gaps. Of course, the low road presents other dangers, but having been on the receiving end of your friend's blows, I'm not worried on that account. Yeah, Thancred's kind of a powerhouse. Give these stupid... Fuck! I was just saying give these stupid animals a wide berth, and what happens? I knew it was gonna fucking aggro. Piece of shit. Wait a moment. I think I hear something. I think I hear something. Oh, that's something, all right. Run! Oh, it's a single coyote. Jeez, you could probably strangle it. I don't know why I was walking. Oh my god, you've gotten yourself into more trouble. Giga Scream, that's what I do every time I step on a Lego. Sorry about that. I'll admit I didn't expect this route to be quite so fraught with danger. We're nearly to Twine, though, so we should make it without further incident. Let's hope so. How am I gonna cook all this chicken? Alright, so as I said, we're going to try finishing off these quests as a class that's the right level for them. In this case, Scholar. Yeah, I guess I kind of ruined the surprise on, you know, which classes I decided to level up, but Scholar is one of them. Odd to find a place like this still occupied. It must have come dangerously close to being consumed by the flood. I mean, you can see the wall right there over the fence. The town is small, but everything in it seems so peaceful. It's amazing. A testament to man's resilience that civilization may yet be found at the very edge of the world. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the aetheryte. Yeah, I haven't done any fancy glamours for Scholar. I haven't found anything that I particularly like yet. But eventually I will. This is it! Welcome to Twine. The original dwellings were built to house those laborers tasked with building the track. Over time, miners came to seek their fortunes, and that's what made the town grow to what you see before you today. But it was still the trolley that brought them here. As you've doubtless noticed, the track goes to the very heart of the town. It was the heart of the town, back when the trolley still carried everyone home at the end of each hard day at the mines. Now there is no trolley, nor much work to be had in the mines for that matter. The only residents that remain are the destitute, the delusional, and those with nowhere else to go, or so they say. That should give you some indication of what to expect when you meet Magnus. As I said, it will help you understand why we can't get the trolley running. Just don't expect too much aside from that. Well, that's encouraging, but I don't see that we have much choice. Let's go and meet the man. I suppose so. Oh, and I just realized there might be an issue with completing quests as a different class. Not a huge issue. Not all of these quests give gear, but the ones that do, I'm going to be doing as Paladin regardless. This is Magnus. He's our boss of a fashion. Who are you supposed to be? Never seen the three of you in my life. Or the four of you. Look at White. If you're going to bother me, at least have the damn courtesy to stand still. Methinks this one is deep in his cups. These are my guests, Magnus. We ran into them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach Amh Araeng, so they came to ask about the trolley, you see. What? There's nothing in the Amh Araeng. Not anymore. And apparently, and especially not for frail little girls. Give it up. No, we must reach Amh Araeng. I must. Ah, so you have your heart set on it. The world doesn't care. The place is a ruin, nothing more. And you're not getting there in the trolley. The thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. We're not fools. It's necessity that drives us to Amh Araeng. If you insist that the trolley is not an option, at least tell us why. No. I'm sick of people asking me about the blasted thing. Leave me be. We'll speak outside. Well, that didn't go well. I'd be lying if I said I didn't expect that, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry. Piss off. Jeez, rude. So, some of the miners that thought of a stiff drink at the end of the shift is the only thing that keeps them going. What a life. Stubborn ass. Oof. I sense there is more to this belligerent drunk and his tale. He only said that because he thinks I'm weak. And he's right. But I can't be. I won't be forever. There has to be some way. I must find it. Yeah, you see, that gives a decent amount of experience. I would very much like to get it all for jobs I haven't leveled up yet, and I wish I had thought of this sooner. Oh, they all say the same thing. Also, this gear coffer that I got before. So this... Okay, so it's not actually going to be a problem. It's determined by the class or job that you're using when you open it. So if I jump back to Paladin and use it, it should be no problem. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and open this. And, oh wow. That's way different than what we were just wearing. But hey, why not, right? Back to Scholar, then. Oh, I'm sorry. I was stuck in my own head again. It's clear that Magnus has no intention of helping us, but perhaps we should ask the other residents. They may know something of the trolley. I'll take the north side of town. Let me know if you learn anything. Thancred, art thou truly content to stand witness to fate's course and take no part? This isn't a matter of fate, Urianger, it's about choice, and I've had years to decide where I stand. Minfilia has spent too long in chains already. I would not shackle her again by making my hopes known. It is for her to choose what shape her destiny will take. It is for me to stay silent, to protect her, teach her, and stand by her. That, at least, I can do for her. So be it. Come, let us make our own inquiries. This is really difficult for Thancred, I can tell. And why wouldn't it be? Oh, there you are. You'll be pleased to know that I got our friend back home with no trouble, and he's just fine. He was a bit shaken up, is all. And you? What did Magnus have to say? Ah, I did have a faint hope that your need might prompt into action where our interest has not. But I suppose that was foolish of me. I am sorry that we couldn't be of help, though. I could at least show you the trolley car we have here if you'd like. You could give it a stroke or two. It has some very smooth wood. You mean to say you're not giving up? Even knowing that Magnus is Magnus? I don't see much point in you being stubborn about it, though perhaps stubbornness is exactly what this situation calls for. Can't forge iron without an anvil, after all. I can't imagine that anything you try will work, but if you're certain, you can help me make preparations in the event that it does. To that end, take this toolbox. We're going to inspect the rails. I'll have a look along the tracks for anything that's in need of repair. You bring the tools and be ready to hand them to me whenever I stop to work. I kind of wonder if I should just stay a scholar for the moment. Just because it'll be easier to soak up some experience for it. And it's the right level. I would go Summoner for the DPS, but Summoner's not very good at soloing, apparently. This spot looks like it could use a bit of work. Can you ready the tools for me? Oh yeah. You open the box, revealing the proud array of lovingly maintained tools within. Brilliant! Now if you just hand me what I need as I work, that would be a help. In this case, well, this bolt is loose for one matter. We can't have that. I'll need to tighten it. A vicious-looking saw, a mid-sized wrench, or a ragged cloth. Let's go with the wrench. Thank you. This one will do nicely. Now give me a moment and... There! I don't see any other problems here, so let's continue along the track. I was almost tempted to give him the wrong tool, but I don't want to spend any more time on this than we need to. I'm a bit concerned about this lantern post. Won't you ready the tools for me? Alright. You're quite handy to have around, you know. As to the lamp here, these aren't often necessary these days, but if we're going to do this, we might as well do it properly. And if by some miracle the night returns, as it did in Lakeland, well, it's a nice thought. Anyhow, a bit of this post seems to have splintered. Whether its lamp is to be lit or not, we wouldn't want those little pieces of wood jabbing the next person who comes through here to do maintenance. I'll need to sand it down a bit. Let's see. A bulky saw, a heavy hammer, or a rough file. Let's go with the file. Yes, a wood file's perfect. Let me even this out. That should do it. I'll bring some varnish along the next time to finish the job. I haven't spotted any other problems, so we can move along now. Unless you'd like to take in the view of the tracks from here for a bit longer. It's breathtaking, I know. Mining has always been the primary vocation of folks in the Hills of Amber, you see. But after a certain point, they had dug up everything that could easily be reached and carried back by manpower alone. It was then that the Nabath Empire struck upon the idea of the Talos, which they had seen at work abroad. At great expense, the Nabath brought the Mistel engineers who specialized in Talos here to the hills, and wouldn't you know it, the mining industry picked up right again. Twine itself sprung up around that time, as a matter of fact. It was named after the Entwining of Tales, the fruitful cooperation between the native Ronso and the newly come Mistel. But that, like so much else, fell apart in the wake of the flood. The Mistel left, taking their knowledge with them. was 15 years ago that the last of them, the folks from the Daedalus Stoneworks, took off for Yulmore. And now no one remains that can repair and operate the Talos. But there's no use in lamenting what can't be changed. And there's one more thing we need to do while we're out here, so we might as well get to it. Vultures occasionally make their nests on the tracks, you see, and it falls to us to remove them when they do. The creatures are angry when disturbed, which is natural, but nevertheless a danger to anyone passing by. It's not my favorite task, to be honest with you. As you may have noticed, I'm not terribly suited to confrontation. That said, would you follow the tracks north and remove any nests you find for me? I'll keep an eye on things from here. Be careful when removing the nests. The vultures who made them never seem to be far away. Of course, they never could be far enough away from my tastes, so my perception may be a bit biased. You're adorable, Jarek. Alright, let's take care of some vultures, and I think we will stay scholar for this purpose. Just, oh, that could have been annoying. Just because it'll help get some more experience, and you know, for that matter, let's eat a little, and that way we can get some extra experience. So an extra 6% experience, no, 3%, but for an hour. Oh yeah, and give the Chocobo an extra Gishel Green, otherwise he's gonna fuck off. I've actually been rather enjoying my time as a scholar, doing healing and dungeons and stuff, because you get a cute fairy to follow you around and everything. It feels weird to be doing spellcasting in a main story video. Usually I save all that for the extras videos, which, I mean, they're being released alongside with the Shadowbringers videos, so it might not have even been a surprise to see which other jobs I was doing. Thank you. That should be everything taken care of. In return for your help, I'll tell you a bit more about the trolley. Nothing that you can get it started again, though. As I said, the only people who knew how to repair the Talos are long gone. When they left, the life began to bleed out of the town. The trolley's tracks rusted and the cars fell into disrepair. Now, I was born in Twine, raised there. My first word was trolley, damn it. And those were the worst years of my life. But then, about 7 years passed, Magnus and his wife returned to us. Magnus is a real proper trolley engineer, and perhaps he would have never left in the first place if it hadn't been for his son. As you're well aware, Amh Araeng is hardly the safest place, and Magnus wanted his child to grow up away from its dangers. It didn't help in the end. The Sin Eaters got the boy. Isn't that always the way? The child had always said that someday he wanted to see Magnus's trolley running again, so in his memory, they returned to Twine. Started fixing those rusted rails and broken cars, and it was going well for a time. Wicked White! Vultures! Are they back for revenge? Never mind, I don't want to find out. Okay. Nice work out there. And now you know the story of the trolley. Won't do you much good without the Talos, though. If there was even a single one that still functioned, things might be different, but, well, here we are. Here we are indeed. Not that it'll do you any good, but we do have a Talos we've been meaning to repair. I can show you if you'd like. It'd certainly be nice to hear something other than Magnus's griping for a change. Yeah. Well, I suppose we can help. Before we do that, though, switch back over to Paladin. Open up our new piece of gear. pants. Can barely even see it. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, well, they're pants. They're suitably pants. And then we can switch right back on over to Scholar. Lovely. We also have an Ether Current quest. Right down here. So we'll go ahead and take care of that real quick. Oh, my poor friends, left to be eaten by horrid beasts. I feel terrible about running away, but what choice did I have? No point in all of us being killed, now is there? Finding someone to go in and retrieve the bodies, rescue them, would absolve you of the blame, yes? If you could go to the ruins of Kelk to look for 2 more scavengers, I would be very grateful. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I kinda understand that mindset, like, why should I sit here and die needlessly when I could possibly survive? But it's also kind of cowardly at the same time. Didn't we have this discussion about something way back in A Realm Reborn? Huh, I can't remember. I think it was like Cutter's Cry or something. Where this mercenary lady fled while her friends died. Or like, she hid under their bodies after they died. Something like that. Something suitably dark. Oh look, he's still alive. Let's go ahead and get Eos. And beat the shit out of some dogs. Takes care of that. I am alive? Can it be true? But it is too early to celebrate. The youngest of our group is still missing. Please, you must find him. I will wait for you outside the ruins in case you need help carrying whatever is left of the poor boy. Well, I'll try to save him. Or what's left of him. Gotta tell you, all the dogs out here. Hard to believe anybody could survive. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Ah, you're alive too. Phew! Does that count as a near-death experience? I cannot wait to tell my friends! But first, we should make a hasty retreat, yes? Why are you so excited about that? Oh my god. Evil weapon. Well, it looks suitably evil. That was the most excitement I've had in a long time. Thank you. Don't thank me or I'll send you back there. I cannot thank you enough for saving us, but how did you know we were here? Running away turned out to be the best choice. Not only did he escape, but he sent for help too. If he had tried to rescue us himself, we would probably all be dead by now. Better to run and scavenge another day, yes? I must remember to thank him. Yeah, I guess so. Well, we're not gonna continue on with this quest, to be perfectly honest. There's nothing less interesting to me than a bunch of fucking not kobolds. Ah, look at that. Looks like someone has already beat us here, but please, look about as much as you like. Thou art come to examine the Talos? I am. I don't see Thancred and Minfilia about. Truly a most vexing state of affairs. I thought mayhap a closer examination might yield something of value. I see. The means to build Talos stone by stone are lost to us, 'tis true, but here before us slumbers a most fine specimen. Indeed, were it not for a few minor failings, it would be in working condition. 'Twill likely require naught but a few modest repairs and a suffusion of ether. Well, if you think you can get the thing up and running, far be it from me to stop you, but what exactly do you reckon is the problem? I should stress that I have performed only the most cursory of examinations, though such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me. As I did suspect from the first, it is host to a network of veins through which ether floweth freely. Or so it would, were it not for several fractures which now impede said flow. How in the hells did you get all that from just a glance? I take it you've thought up a solution as well, then. To bridge these fissures requireth a material highly conductive to ether. Once in place, I believe it will be possible to restore the Talos to life. Might I prevail upon thee to acquire that which we require? Not far beyond the walls of twine dwelleth a creature of living stone, the Debitage. Full sure am I that the stone from such a being would prove most suitable for our needs. Very good. I shall have Thancred and Minfilia attend me in the remaining preparations. I spied but 3 obstructions to the flow of ether in the Talos, and thus would I ask you provide 3 stones of the Debitage. All else will be made ready upon thy return. Well, hey, upward momentum, that's what I like to see. No loafing about, no sulking. Oh, they are right outside of town, aren't they? And it's ready for a fight. I promise it's not going to be all Scholar all the time from now on, by the way. Maybe some of you like Scholar. The community sure doesn't, right now, anyway. But I just want to be able to get these jobs all leveled up, and for the more important stuff, I will play Paladin. Wish we had a mage like him around sooner. As you might imagine, we've had trouble convincing people to come here to help. Either refuse outright or demand payment far beyond anything we could hope to afford. That's why we've made such little progress in repairing the Talos. We pored over every scrap of paper left behind by Daedalus Stoneworks, hoping we might learn how it's done, but there just isn't enough. Thancred and Minfilia will return ere long with the remaining supplies we require. Didst thou succeed in procuring stone from the Debitage? Sure did. A chunk of rock taken from a Debitage. Well, of course. Here we go. Fine specimens one and all. You have my thanks. We need now but wait for Thancred and Minfilia's return. From end to end, the paths by which ether may flow through the Talos hath been duly mended. They but require a sufficient endowment. It's not moving. Strange. The core refuseth to stir. I fear the condition of this Talos is more dire than I previously surmised. As a heart driveth blood through a man's veins, so doth the core ether throughout this massive frame. Failing its repair or replacement, the Talos cannot be restored. So it was the heart after all. Thou didst foresee this outcome? Well, no, not exactly. We'd never gotten this far in trying to repair it, so we had no way of knowing the heart was the real problem. We tried to find another, in case things turned out as they do now, but... Jarek? This isn't really my story to share. Please, Jarek, if something went wrong, maybe we can help. Alright. After all you lot have done for me, I suppose it's the least I can do. Though the Talos yet wants for a beating heart, it would appear thine efforts were not for naught. Sure hope. What could be so terrible he'd want to keep it from us? I hope Jack doesn't get in trouble for telling us what happened. I mean, this whole place is just fraught with tragedy. No other quests for us, right? No. Right then. The Talos. Their hearts cannot be made of just any stone. You need a special sort with sufficient ethereal conductivity. Both it and the other materials used in the construction of Talos bodies are mined in the same place. That place, of course, being here, the Hills of Amber. And it was 3 years ago when she... No, I can't. I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear it from Thaf or someone else. Back to the tavern, then. Oh dear. What terrible tragedy befell him years ago, I wonder? You don't suppose Thaf is going to run off too, do you? He might. This is all my fault. I never should have pressured him. Oh, don't worry yourself over it. These people are sensitive. And I can't blame them for being sensitive. I mean, look at where they're forced to live. The things they've endured. Still here, eh? You can ask again, but the answer's the same. Our trolleys are... What? Gosh damn it, Jarek. You could have at least finished so I wouldn't have to clean up your mess. Seeing how you made such quick progress in fixing that Talos and all, he was probably thinking you could help change things around here. And I think he might be right. Gather your friends and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was.
Well, I sure got his voice wrong, but oh well.
When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. Problem was, most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder. But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed. We labored day and night to clear away the rubble, but it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body. Magnus has never been the same since.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
What? Oh, you again.
I think Thancred is finding some kind of kindred spirit in this guy.
How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now, piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
What were their names?
My son was named Skuli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow, the bottle's never deep enough.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
You've lost someone too?
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter. But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Those words. Minfilia's own words.
And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Amh Araeng.
What rubbish.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
God, just... There's nothing in this early part of this expansion more heartbreaking than Thancred's situation. God, it hurts watching these scenes. Why must he always treat me like this? because he loves you, and he's torn. I wish there was more we could do for you, I truly do. But after Agna's accident, no one is allowed near those mines. If not for those damn Talos, she'd... Full well do I know the pain of loss, and how heavily it can weigh on one's heart. Nevertheless, there is but one way forward. We must needs procure a new heart for the Talos. Thaf, knowest thou any location wherein we might find the stones we require? No matter how scant the possibility, we would seize it. I told you near all the veins were tapped dry years ago. I suppose, if you really wanted to try, you may find something at Nuvi's Leavings. Or Leavings, rather. It was open well before Talos became commonplace, which is why the mining there was never quite as deep. When you get there, look for Guthjon and tell him I sent you, but don't be surprised if he tells you the same thing. Thine assistance is most appreciated. Foxy, I think it best Thancred join thee in this search. Though he would be quick to deny it, his heart is in turmoil, and his thoughts clouded. 'Twould be unwise to ignore his distress. Oh, we gotta be there for Thancred. I prithee attend Thancred and keep him occupied with the task at hand. I mean, when you think about it, at least for this playthrough, Thancred was the first Scion we met. If not for him, we may never have found the Scions. Hey, buddy. How you holding up? Off to somewhere, are you? Yeah, and you're coming with me. At last, a lead on the stone we need to power the Talos. I can't very well have you go on your own. Lead the way. Attaboy. Got a weapon coffer. Well, let's swap over to Paladin real quick. Alright, we've got a new sword and a new shield. Well, ain't that fancy, it's a scimitar. Or a falchion or something like that. Damn, I like it. Alright. Well, we'll fucks with that a little bit more when we're playing Paladin, but for now, in the interest of leveling, we will of course go back to Scholar. I'd say we're long overdue for a good turn. I can only hope the gods feel the same way. Now, Nuvi's Leavings was to the south, was it? Let's get going. Oh, it looks like we have another Ether Current quest. Hopefully going to the same relative place. Have you seen a charm like this before? I found it somewhere. I found it among the stones brought from the mine. A lot of the workers wear these for good luck, and I expect whoever lost it is wondering where it went. It's the first time I've seen one made from cat's eye, so the owner shouldn't be hard to track down. I'd go and look for them myself, but I've got too much to do here. Would you be able to go in my place? The graveyard keeper is quite knowledgeable about charms and whatnot, so it might be worth asking him. Sure, why not? He's right here in town. It's not a terrible detour. What's that you have there? Made from the precious stone known as cat's eye, rather than an actual feline eyeball, which would be a poor choice for a variety of reasons. Oh yes, cat's eye charms like this were once used to ward off misfortune. The tradition began with the Church of the First Light, and the gem represents their patron deity. Even though no one follows that old religion anymore, some of its customs remain, especially among the miners. You don't see many this exquisite, though. I seem to remember the fellow with an eye patch kept a similar charm around his neck. It may even be the same exact one. I never caught his name, but he's not hard to miss. The last I saw of him, he was leaving to mine Nuvi's Leavings with some of the others. Ah, good. So it is in the same direction. I love it when it works out that way. This person's name is Llama Love, which is adorable, to be honest. Alright, here's our one-eyed miner. Oh, I didn't notice you there. What do you want? Is this yours? Why did you get this? Gods, how could I have been so careless? This is all my sister left behind before she... Look, I'd rather not talk about it, but I appreciate you bringing this back to me. It means a lot. Well, that was nice and easy. And no stupid follow-up quest or anything. The way you described it, I was expecting this place to be abandoned. Perhaps our fortunes are finally improving, though we should probably hear what Guthjon has to say before we celebrate, assuming we can find him, that is. I guess he'll be in the mine, to mount up and get in there. And of course this place is full of gnomes and bats and... Fuck! Is this our man? Who are you, and what are you doing in here? Well, you should have listened to Thaf. You're wasting your time. But this site is not as developed as the others, is it not? Surely there must be something left. I should explain. The stone you're looking for is leonine. All the Talos in the Hills of Amber are powered using them. Or were, at least. Anyway, whatever's left, if anything, is too far below to be safely excavated. In the deepest reaches of the mine, we use Talos to keep the pathways from collapsing. They're still there, but they could give out at any time, which is why much of the mine is closed off. Then our only option is to search the higher levels for any fragments of leonine that may have been overlooked. I suppose there may be one other way. Well, don't leave us in suspense. What you're asking for is a trade secret. I'll need to be duly compensated in exchange. Fine. What do you want? The other day I found a Vobert gold piece down in the mines. A bloody Vobert gold piece. And wouldn't you know it, I dropped the damn thing somewhere while I was working. Find it and I'll tell you what you want to know. You drive a hard bargain, sir, but we'll take it. It seems we have our work cut out for us, Foxy. Thankfully, I have an idea for how we might hurry things along. I wasn't working that deep in the mines, so don't go searching too far. As I'm sure you've noticed, despite their best efforts to illuminate the corridors, it's rather dark in here, meaning it will be that much harder to find a single coin hiding in the shadows. That's why I propose we use these, sun drops. They help the eye take in more light. Why don't you start your search further in, and I'll handle this area here. I'll retrace your steps after, in case you happen to miss it. If you feel the drop's effects wearing off, I can give you more, so don't worry. Okay. It's another one of these stupid timed things. A dark shadow. Check that out. We search the shadows but find nothing. Perhaps the gold piece lies elsewhere. Of course, it wouldn't be right there. And of course, there's no shortage of enemies here to make life difficult for us. Like that, he shouldn't have been able to see me, I was running behind him. Also, where's my fucking chocobo? As you search the shadows, a glint catches your eye. You turn over a rock and find the Vobert gold piece. Fucking A. Fucking really? damn, leave me alone. I was hoping he dropped the gold piece somewhere close to the entrance. More fool me for thinking Lady Luck was on our side. A Vobert gold piece. Currency minted by the Kingdom of Vobert. Or maybe she is. Yours, at least. In the end, my contribution was little more than poor company. Oh, you were never poor company, Thancred. Well, I couldn't have done it without your eye drops, or come now, Thancred, you were far more prepared for this task than I. Let's say that. No more than usual, I assure you. I only managed to survive the Kurthan wilderness in the Imperial capital city by virtue of my extensive preparation, a habit of mine since childhood, and one of my few positive traits which endeared me to Louis Sois, I imagine. It hasn't been easy finding ways to compensate for my condition. Every tool and trinket has proven vital to my continued success, such as it is. Had I chosen to pursue the arcane arts rather than espionage, well, I'd rather not think on it. Yeah, if you had been a mage, all of your time in the life stream depriving you of your ability to manipulate ether would have fucked you hard. You'd have had to be forced into an early retirement. So long as I have the means to protect those dear to me and to see my duties through, that's all that matters. Now let's hurry and see that return to Guthjon. The sooner we get back to Urianger and Minfilia, the better. Ah, I have to be level 77. Well, so much for that idea. Oh well. You're back. Wait, does that mean... Yep. I'll be damned. You actually found it. Well, a deal's a deal, but don't think this means you'll find what you're after. Just having the chance is enough for us. Perhaps our luck really is starting to turn around. Don't jinx it. To be honest, I wasn't sure you could pull it off. But you did, and I'm a man of my word. Come with me. Out of the mine, then. I hope you waited for the sun drops to wear off. They work wonders in the dark, but in the light of day they'll only bring you pain. Oh, yeah. Especially that sky. Every time I step out of those mines, the sky seems to get brighter. I'd never leave them if the air weren't so stale. But you've not come to hear my grievances. You're after Leonine. First, I have to ask, you ever heard of rockworms? Rockworms? I know them by another name, though I'm fairly certain the locals call them knockers. Aye, that they do. Whatever you want to call them, those little bastards may have the answer to your troubles. They can fit through cracks and crevices down where we could never hope to reach. And on occasion, they come back with something valuable. They dig up Leonine in the mines. It's a rare occurrence, but yes. That said, it usually amounts to no more than a few flakes. Well, our only other option sounds tantamount to suicide. So how can we draw out these rockworms? Over by that shack, you'll find a bag full of smoke bombs. Set off a few in the mines and you'll flush them out in no time. Once they're out in the open, knock them senseless and check their backs. I should warn you, this method of mining, if you can even call it that, is used as a last resort on account of what little they're like to bring back. You'll want to cover as much ground as you can if you hope to find anything of value. Assuming you do find something, bring it here and I'll have a look. We should split up if we're to cover more ground as he suggests. If you can cover these three areas on your map, I'll see to the parts between them. Well, it's a non-conventional idea, but We've done weirder things in this game, to be honest. Alright, let's get in there. Let's bomb them out. Okay, nothing's coming. I suppose we just have to place the smoke bombs, and then later we'll fight things. Fuck you in the ass. Fuck your stony fucking ass. Last one. The air in the mines grows thick with smoke. Nearby you hear the soft rumbling of stones. Oh, now I gotta go all the way back. Tits. To be honest, I really don't care if I get hit by your AoEs at this point. I just want this quest done. Oh god, there's more. Those don't look like worms, they're fucking goblins. Okay, last pile of shit that I need to scuff through, and this quest is annoying. God, that was mind-numbing. Why did I have to do so many? I found my fair share of rocks. Hopefully there's some leonine among them. There you are. Find anything promising? Glittering rocks. A chunk of rock taken from the hide of a knocker. Between the two of you, I'd say you've got quite the haul. Best get comfortable, friends. It's going to take time for me to sift through all this.
You may not remember this about our Minfilia, but prior to founding the Path of the 12, long before the Scions, she was something of a miner. After her father died, Flamine took her in and taught her the trade. I think they were both seeking to fill the void left by a loved one. Maybe that's why she took to it so readily. Back in those days, I spent most of my time in the Quicksand, or some other tavern, loosening tongues and gathering secrets. Occasionally, I'd catch a glimpse of her in the street, on her way home after another hard day's work. I always felt a wave of relief when I saw she'd come back safe, along with a pang of guilt at the fact I wasn't there to support her as I should have been. Simply speaking with her more than once in a blue moon would have been a good start, but I could never bring myself to do it. Instead, I threw myself into my work and became every drunkard's best friend.
I can't imagine she thought too highly of you back then, or not your finest hour, to say the least. We'll say the first one. Keep it on topic.
Not too highly, no. She once called me a wine-sodden wharf rat, which wouldn't have been half as galling had it not been so accurate. But that was a lifetime ago. Here and now, I have another chance to do things right, and I will not squander it again.
Hey! Come and see what I found! You're not going to believe this!
Tell me it's Leonine.
It is at that. You lot were born lucky. It's mostly broken pieces. But look at this.
This is a rather fine specimen.
It's been decades since we found anything approaching this big. But that's not all. There's an engraving on it.
Ah, these scratches here. They're a little hard to make out. To my beloved Magnus and Schoolie.
Yes! Do you see? It was a gift to Magnus from his wife. She found it. She really found it. She must have spent her final hours carving this message into the stone, in the hope that he might see it one day. Those rock-backed bastards must have made off with it before we could clear a path to her. It's fate that brought you here to find this stone. No other explanation. It makes me wonder what else might still be buried in these parts.
Well, isn't that a lovely end? Well, not quite an end, but, you know. I had hoped we would find Leonine, but to find that particular specimen is nothing short of a miracle. I wouldn't believe it had I not seen it for myself. Before you set it in the Talos, would you take it to Magnus? For 3 long years he's believed she died for nothing. He must know the truth, that her sacrifice is not in vain. We'll take it straight to him, you have my word. Thank you, Guthjon, for all your help. Right then, let's not keep everyone waiting. Indeed. We've got some news to share. But we are going to have to share it in the next episode, for we are out of time. Well, I wonder how Magnus is going to react to that. We'll see it then, everyone. Until then, my name is Foxy Games, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.